Now, one specific challenge that the NRI usually face is that
with a US-based company who are very keen to get their listing done, but there is no strong capital market, there is no stock market available. London is kind of drying up and it's too far away.
Now shifting our attention over to London, which is no longer the world's most attractive financial centre.
Any NR can apply for this IPO. Problem sometimes they happen, which you told, it's very difficult to get onboarded.
Yes.
You invest into dollars, take the money out into dollars. And especially at these times, when there is a war going on, there are uncertainties.
And what happens once the bidding is done and then the payment is...
The first step is for any investor who wants to be a part of this GIFT City ecosystem.
Hello everybody and welcome to our second episode of Unboxing GIFT City. Today I have Abhishek Kaushik with me, who is the CEO of Global Horizon IFSC, and we are going to talk more about and in detail about the XED IPO, which is scheduled in Jan 2026, the first IPO, USD-denominated IPO in GIFT City. So welcome Abhishek to our podcast.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you. So in 2024, IFSC regulator came out with the listing framework.
That's right.
And now we are at the stage where the first IPO in GIFT City is scheduled to be launched in Jan 2020. Right. So I think it is for NRIs, the first IPO. So I just wanted to understand from you, what is the IPO scene out there in GIFT City? I mean, are you seeing interest from the domestic as well as international fintech companies, startup companies who wants to list and raise funds in GIFT City?
That's right. In fact, I have a meeting after this, discussion, and we are catching up with a US-based company who are very keen to get their listing done in GIFT City. So I think the concept is very powerful. If you see around India, if you see Africa, Sri Lanka, and other neighboring countries where they have a lot of very good companies, very good firms who want to raise capital. But there is no strong capital market. There is no stock market available. Middle East, you're aware that it does not cater to a lot of companies. The investors are not that much. London is kind of drying up and it's too far away. Singapore is definitely there, but again, the depth is not there. So I think India, when we talk about India, when we talk about GIFT City, we have to understand that the GIFT City stock markets, they cater to the investors of both the Indian diaspora, the resident Indians, as well as foreign nationals and NRIs. And that is the strength. And that is where a lot of companies in US, in Australia, some in Africa, they have been talking to us to explore this option.
Okay. Yeah. So you are saying that the pipeline on IPOs is very strong.
It's very strong.
That's good to know. Now, your company is the lead manager for this first IPO.
That's right.
And there are other stakeholders like us who are participating as a syndicate members. So tell us something about the IPO first, the structure and how it is placed, and then we can take the discussion ahead, Abhishek.
So, XED happens to be a executive education firm. It's an Indian company headquartered in Mumbai. And the structure is that they have a step down subsidiary in Singapore, and the Singapore subsidiary, it holds the UAE, the Saudi Arabia, and the US firm. So you can say an Indian company which has a global operations. That is the structure, and the money which we are raising, about $12 million, is something which is to fund our expansion outside India. So that is the reason why GIFT City was a very natural choice.
Yes. And this IPO is only for NRIs and foreign nationals.
That's right, because the FEMA rules prevent the Indian nationals or any company which have a UBO, which is the beneficial owner, as an Indian, they cannot invest because the FEMA rules, they don't allow that as of now.
Now, one specific challenge that the NRI usually face is that to have accounts open in domestic.
Right,
I mean, you
right,
have to open NRE account, NRO account, PS, non-PS, and then start your investment journey. Similarly, and this process is a very tedious process. Requires a lot of to and fro of documents plus the attestation on the documents, etc., etc.
Yes. So actually, IFSCA, which is a regulator of GIFT City, they have eased out the process. It's a very welcome step, and I believe the part two is also should be out. See, what has happened is that, first of all, let me give a piece of news, which is any NR can apply for this IPO. Once the KYC is done, if at this point of time they don't have a Demat account or a trading account, they can still bid for the IPO.
Yes.
Right, that is a very welcome step. And as far as KYC, your question was related to KYC, that onboarding piece. It has been made very easy because now they have allowed a VSIP facility which was not there earlier.
Yes. Yes.
So typically, which means is, what does it mean is that a NR investor can be onboarded through a video KYC, wherein they all need to do is they need to just show their documents on video, which have to be verified by someone, some official of the onboarding company like yours, Anand, Rathi, and that's it. As simple as that. It's a very small process.
And how about the fund movement? I mean, you have done some sort of. I think the regulator has also approved some PSP providers.
Yes, it's a very revolutionary step. They have allowed the use of payment service providers. In this IPO, we are using GlomoPay as one of them. So what happens is, whenever I have, as an NRI, if I have invested, I have decided to bid for the IPO, I can make a payment then and there using the payment link, and the money movement will happen from my local bank account in whichever country I am to the GIFT City account. The alternate route is always available, going through a bank account.
Yes.
Yeah, through the SWIFT transfer.
Yes. Tell us more about various stakeholders who are participating in this IPO. I mean, who is the banker, who is the custodian?
So there are two bankers to the issue. We have RBL Bank, another is a DBS Bank. Both are participating. As I told earlier, it's a $12 million IPO. So both the banks are based out of there. They understand the capital markets very well. They are the ones which are the bankers. Besides that, there are a few other banks who are also participating for the distribution. SBI GIFT City has agreed to be one of the distributors. RBL Bank is itself doing that. And let me tell you, it is also, as for the new KYC rules, I'll just go back one step. Any NRI who is a customer of a Indian financial
or who is an existing
NRI client in India, even in India, right? They can directly apply. They can just write to the bank, this is what we need to apply. They can come to you directly and they say, listen, we are already a client of XYZ bank, which is regulated by a financial regulator, and we want to invest.
Yes.
The other stakeholders are, of course, as I said, payment service providers. We have you as a very prominent and a leading member, right? So, of course, that adds a lot of comfort to everyone, right? And then we have stockholding who's participating. We have a beta front who is also participating, and we have Globe Capital as one of the brokers, and I believe more will join in.
So as I understand, NRI who is interested and not having a trading and Demat account, still he can bid for
they can bid for it.
They can bid for
and they can open the trading account and the Demat account subsequently.
Okay. And once the shares are allotted to the NRI, it will be deposited in the escrow.
So we have made the arrangement to keep a suspense account. So if an NRI applies, they get the shares allotted, they can just park it over there, and when the Demat accounts are opened, the RTA will transfer the shares. By the way, RTA is also one of the stakeholders. We have KFIN as the RTA here.
And this IPO will be listed on both the exchanges, India INX and NSE?
That's right. So NSE happens to be the designated stock exchange, and India INX, which is the wholly owned subsidiary of Bombay Stock Exchange, is the other stock exchange.
And what are the, tentative range of this IPO? The share price that you have kept?
So it should be around $12.
$12.
So the situation where we are in is that we should be in a position to file the RHP in the next 7 days to 10 days. So that is a time when we'll disclose, but it should be around $12.
And do you have kept that retail and HNI and institutional sort of?
So we haven't kept a quota per se,
Okay.
but yes, we would be inclined to have a 10% quota towards the retail investors.
Okay.
So between $1,000 to $14,999 is for retail. Otherwise, HNIs and non-institutional investors, they can invest from the investment starts from $15,000 to $1 less than $1 million.
Okay.
And $1 million and above are the anchor investors.
Okay, I'm sure you guys must have done many events and
Yes, that's right.
investor programs as well as some road shows.
That's
so how was the response from? I
was very
heard
nice. It was very nice.
You
I was in
had one
Singapore.
event in Singapore.
We were in Singapore 2 weeks back. Out of a gathering of around 40 to 43 investors, 39 actually wrote down that they are interested and they won't need to be onboarded to invest. See, it's you look at like this. Everyone wants to have an India story. They want to invest, right? And the problem sometimes they happen, which you told, it's very difficult to get onboarded.
Yes.
Then the FEMA regulation, then the rupee depreciation. This IPO or any IPO in the gift city, that takes these issues away. You invest into dollars, take the money out into dollars.
Yes. Sir. And the currency is dollars only.
US dollars.
And Gift City recognizes only dollars as a currency for investment. So if any NRI wants to trade or invest in Gift City, it will be only in dollars. Although, this is again possible for NRI to open his savings account in foreign currency with any of the banks which are available there and fund any, suppose he wants to trade or invest, he can fund using his foreign currency account which he can open with any IBU bank. Yeah.
That's right. They can open the accounts, and if they don't have, if they want to use a Singapore account or a London account or a Dubai account, they can still use that account. It's up to them.
But tell us more about XED or company per se. Where they started and how the journey was for them, and what are their expansion plans for our viewers too.
See, I think XED is one of the very fast growing companies.
Because there are many big names who are their competitors.
See, the largest and the closest competitor happens to be Eruditus, or Emeritus, and they have a top line of more than $3 billion, 3,000 crores, I think so, and they are valued at around $3.3 billion. They did raise $250 million, and they're a good company. See, we have to understand this space is very big. XED, Eruditus, they all are into executive education. What happens is that whenever you talk about executive education, we mean, and especially at these times, when there is a war going on, there are uncertainties, the senior management, that decision making has to be very, very precise. How to navigate all those things, right? The leadership is just not a functional skill. It's a very altogether a different ball game, and that is where XED comes into picture. They have two verticals. You can say that they have a B2B wing, they have a B2C, and if you see in B2, business to business, the clients typically are the top corporates, right? You have Cipla, you have JSW, you have a lot of banks, and now that they have expanded outside, they have a lot of clients in UAE, like Emirates, DP World, Dubai Digital Authority, the government of Saudi, right? And now I think they signed up a few more large clients in US. So they have actually had a vision of taking the executive education globally. They have pretty much succeeded in that. From a small top line of around 12-13 crores in 2022, where they really started growing. They probably this year they might actually be touching around 65-70 crores. That's what the expectation is, and with profitability, right? So you see the market size itself is very large, and with this IPO, this would actually make sure that they continue to grow exponentially.
Plus, they are also venturing into some other countries also.
Yes,
I think
the margins are much higher. Executive education is very important in Gulf countries, in US.
Now, suppose any NRI client is interested in bidding for this. So, one is that you already mentioned that he is not required to have a trading and Demat account. He can bid, and this will be again RM assisted, whereby a team of my support desk can help them to bid for the application. And once the application is done and he gets the application number, he will get a link to transfer the funds. Either he can use the PSP model or he can use the
bank,
the SWIFT.
The normal bank route.
So once that is done and So why don't you take us through step by step process? I mean, once the NRI bids, and what happens once the bidding is done and then the payment is done?
Sure. Fine. A very important question, I would say. The first step is for any investor who wants to be a part of this GIFT City ecosystem, they need to do their KYC done. Now, KYC, as you just mentioned, the new KYC rule allows them to be onboarded very easily. They just need to contact, say, for example, they want to bid through Anand, Rathi. They just need to contact you. I think everything is available on the website. All they need to do is, first of all, whenever the link of onboarding happens, they need to be ready with their documents. The documents is any photo ID proof which is valid, right? Number one. Number two, the latest proof that they have been residing in this place for which should not be more than 3 months. So it can be a water bill, any other utility bill.
Or maybe bank statement.
Or a bank statement. This needs to be videographed, a photograph of this. And it's a very small process, like maybe a few seconds or a few minutes, right? This is it. Once this is done, they can just, again, on the same portal, like for example, your portal, they can select the XED IPO, they can do the bidding done, right? They happen. And because the KYC is now available with you, you will be facilitating their opening of the trading account and Demat account. And once they want to pay money, they click on pay now, a link can be generated, or the information of where to pay, either DBS account or RBL account, that is also available on the system. They can maybe use their bank channel to do a SWIFT transfer, or they can use the link which can be generated through your website.
Yeah. And what if the NRIs are, say suppose NRI is not allotted with shares, then how the refund will be processed?
So refund will also happen through the same route into the same account where the money. All they need to do is whenever they're filling up the on the digital application, the account number which they mention, that has to be valid. Number one, and the money needs to be transferred there because the refund will happen in that account only.
Abhishek ji, now since this is the first IPO in GIFT City, and there are 2 exchanges, of course, launching this IPO. So NRIs, they could be worried about the liquidity once they have the shares in their Demat account.
Right.
How you are addressing this?
See, let me tell you, there is no liquidity issue as such. We have market makers in this issue. We have Evermore as the market maker, right? So of course, the investors will keep on getting code. The traders will keep on getting code. That is one. Second is, as you are aware, the new rules, which typically means that all the NRI investors which are in India, they can just be replicated, and everyone is actually doing that with those thousands of NRIs which already have a relationship with a bank or a broker dealer. They are also getting replicated there. Now we have other large brokers also which are starting their operations. HDFC is one of them, Motilal Oswal, Geojit. They eventually will be getting all the active clients into GIFT City with such a large pool, right? There is, and with the market makers, there is no liquidity at all. My appeal is invest into the company, be there. If you want to have a trade in between 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, you will see a lot of liquidity coming because there are more IPOs also which are being planned. Yeah. Right, which will have a lot of participation of the foreign nationals also. If a US company, comes here, then of course their investors will also be investing. So that's how it is.
Now, one more very basic question, but I'm sure my NRI clients would be interested to knowing this. What is the cost that the NRI client will incur if at all he wants to?
It's a very minimal cost, I think.
And the taxation part also.
See, the good part is the taxation. The GIFT City exchanges, they don't cut any TDS, and also the capital gain tax is as per their home jurisdiction. There is no taxation as such. For traders also, the good part is there is no STT, right? So they can just buy, sell it, So these are the 2 major costs which have been taken away.
Yes.
That is one. Second is, I think the normal, the
account opening charges will be there,
which would be between $10 to $20, right? That's all. Besides that, there are no costs.
And what about the taxation part? I mean, they will.
So STT is not there. No, STT is not there. Capital gain tax is as per the jurisdiction. So, for example, if you have a client based out of, investor based out of, say, Dubai, there is no tax over there. If there is no tax, then that would be followed.
And where are you again doing events now? I mean, since now we
should
have
be-
1 month
Yes.
left for the IPO. I
Right,
mean,
right. So I think we are planning a big event in Middle East,
Okay.
right? And then we are doing a lot of events on virtual events.
Virtual events.
They
also.
are continuing.
Okay.
In Europe, we have a lot of interest in Singapore as well.
Okay.
Wherever we have a large Indian diaspora, they are finding, because see, XED happens to be they are operating in these countries, so people know about that, about the company. As I said, Dubai Digital Authority is a client now.
Okay.
Emirates is a client, right?
This is my final question to you. I mean, I will not take more time of yours, but then anything else that you want to talk about the first IPO in Gift City?
This is altogether, I would say, tipping point
Yeah.
for Gift City. A vibrant capital market ensures that there are a lot of the ecosystem grows very very properly.
Yes.
I am again saying, everyone, or whether it is foreign nationals or NRIs, they should enroll themselves.
Yes.
They should get the KYCs done. They should be ready with that. When when as merchant bankers we get a lot of good companies, great companies from the vicinity of the country to get listed here, or maybe a lot of Indian firms, large Indian firms, when they come and debut, that would be a great chance for everyone to invest, have a piece of these great investments without getting into these FEMA rules and regulations. They can just invest and enjoy it.
Yeah, very rightly said. I'm sure this IPO will be oversubscribed many folds. And best of luck to you.
Thank you
and
so
to
much,
all of
Niteen.
us who are part of Gift City ecosystem. I mean, Anand Rathi International Ventures is also participating in this IPO as a syndicate members, and soon our video-based KYC platform for NRI onboarding will be ready. The entire ops-related stuff is already taken care of. The support team is ready to help you and assist you to bid for the IPO. So thank you, Abhishek. Thank you for your time.
It has been my pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We'll be unboxing more Gift City products as well as any events, news, and what's happening in Gift City in our due course of episodes. Thank you again, and thank you for watching our podcast. Thank you.